Hey, what's going, y'all? It is yours truly once again. In this particular video, as a disclaimer, this is not to tell guys don't be romantic to women overall. This is just about guys not needing to be romantic given the situation. But what I've come to realize is that a lot of situations don't warrant romanticism. It's just becoming increasingly alarming. Okay. So, I mean, he can't do nice things for her. Like, it doesn't register to her. Her mind is so preoccupied with whatever her life goals is, goals. You shouldn't be having that. You should be having wife goals. See, there you go. Gail's got all these life goals, but not wife goals, right? But even if she has wife goals, it's just based on life goals. And that's just the way her life goes, right? He can't even do anything for her, show her things, be there for her, show her the way he's forced to be like a chauvinist per se. Because it just doesn't register to her. She got so much going on in her life, no matter what he does, it just doesn't click. And then you have those that, they don't appreciate the things that are done for them. So it just makes it hard for just one to be like, is it even worth it to be nice and to do nice things if it doesn't even register to you that I'm just trying my best? It can even come from the standpoint of communication, even when it's not such good days between him and her. And he's just trying his best to be as nice as he can about it. Like, he's not trying to cuss her out, be disrespectful, talk to her in a disrespectful way. He's doing everything that he can. He's not yelling at her, nothing. He's not holding any resentment, holding any grudge. He's doing everything as nice as possible. And that's all part of that romanticism, because, some gals will be like, well, I want a man that's understanding. Well, he tried to be understanding with you, but it didn't register to you. It didn't register. Like, whatever was going on in your life, whatever expectations you had that day, it didn't register to you that he actually was trying to do things for you, to show you that he actually likes you, that he cares about you. Oh, but that's what you expect guys to do, though. So it doesn't register to you, do it. So that's kind of the trade-off. And so, for some gal to be like, I don't deal with nice guys, and you hear online about, like, well, they prefer guys that don't care about them. That's not true. They care for guys that they prefer to care for. That's what's not being told. They don't prefer to care for, quote, nice guys, because there's a lot he wants from her reciprocated. If he's nice to her, he wants her to be nice to him. That's too much for her. That's too much for her to do. That's why she mostly doesn't want anything to do with guys like him. It's just too much. Whereas maybe a guy that isn't trying to be so nice and wants that from her, that's less of a load for her to have on her to worry about. Oh, I hope I'm impressing him. I hope that I'm being nice enough for him. They see the guy that they prefer to care for, the uncaring guy. They think that, oh, he'll just automatically be more grateful because he's not used to wanting someone to care for him like that, right? So she could kind of spin things to her own tune and narrative with that guy as far as how she, quote, wants to take care of him, versus a guy that knows the way a woman needs to take care of him and wants her to be that way for him. Like, she doesn't feel the pressure of literally being with a man when it comes to a guy that doesn't care for her. So let me repeat that. Oh, I see Smart Cookie in the building. Hey, what's good, Smart Cookie? I hope all is well with you too. We got to definitely link up again. You said, let me see what you said because I always definitely read what you have to say because it's definitely a dynamic to all this. Um, you said people care about the person of their dreams. They do. Yeah, a lot of people be dreaming in real life, be scheming, be putting out all their demons. Let me stop. And then you said, yes, they believe the less accomplished man will appreciate them. Boom. See, confirmation. Smart cookie knows, you know. Hey, I'm just telling y'all, this is how it really is because that's the thing. They feel that, yeah, the less accomplished man, uh, yeah, like she just said, he'll care more. They feel that the more accomplished man would never be satisfied with her efforts, even if her efforts are lackluster. See, chicks be capping. They know they be lackluster, but get mad about the man that knows that she could usher in more, muster in more per se, you know. Hey, you might have to get a little musty with it. Hey, if you never had to crack a sweat before, you don't have to necessarily have to crack a sweat for that man in the bedroom, sweetheart. There are other ways you can put in work for that man to show him that you actually are loyal, that you actually love him, right? But like I said, a lot of girls, they could barely do something for a guy that don't care for them. And they'll think, oh, that's like if let's say the dude got out of jail, he'll just be happy uh getting some Reese's Pieces, just stuff like that, right? Like, like, oh wow, yeah, she took me out to Jack in the Box, cool, dog. But that's all he had to eat, though, right? So it's a different dynamic. But to her, she know to him that means everything because at one time he had nothing, right? So this goes deep, but this is why for a certain nice guy, it's really hard for you to be romantic. And in many ways, you shouldn't unless she's more reciprocal. You see that about her because she, in essence, doesn't want to be reciprocal because she knows that there's a certain standard and level of reciprocation that she should be showing a real man and a nice guy in the first place. She knows that. So she don't want to work too hard. So in essence, a lot of girls don't want to feel like they're working too hard to be with a man at the end of the day. But you still end up with the guy that is not good for you. But you feel like he's good to you simply because you don't feel like you have to do so much. And this guy is not even romantic with you, ironically. So you go back to the drawing board talking about how guys are not doing this and not doing that. But no, it was your choice of guy. You got around guys you knew wouldn't be romantic towards you. And yeah, the guy that could be romantic towards you, you really didn't give him a reason to be romantic to you because you weren't being reciprocal with them. Like uh Smart Cookie said, men feel that they have more to offer uh the less accomplished woman. Yeah, that's another conversation too, because some guys do, I think, kind of I mean, it's a juxtaposition per se, because okay, accomplishment, is she the independent type, right? So is he trying to get with a chick that's like an independent type who might feel more accomplished in her way? And so now there's this talk of who's intimidated about who. Like there's that. But then yeah, there's the other guy. He gets with a quote unquote less accomplished gal where he could probably try to feel like he has some type of uh he can have some type of subjugation that he can put upon her. I won't say authority because men should have authority. Ladies, you should want a man that is authoritative, assertive, but he's showing that in the sense of love. He's being that in the sense of love because that's your safety net. That's him being a protector for you, right? But when he's, yeah, trying to make you more subjugated because he looks at you as less accomplished with your life and with yourself, yeah, that's different. Yeah, he's just trying to control you and abuse you. And yeah, so that's why it's this thing of where some gals, they fear being submissive, they fear being weak because they don't know how a guy will try to make her weaker. Like, I get that, right? But I think that with a guy that's more romantic, he wants to be romantic. He wants to do as unto scripture, love unto a woman as unto a weaker vessel. He actually wants that from a woman, right? But he hardly gets that. So it's hard for him to really initiate in that sense and be romantic, do romantic things without looking like a sucker for someone that uh, doesn't even care about that, because she already feel like you're going to put me on such a high standard that I need to be on anyway. Why doesn't matter? Like if I do something back for you, it wouldn't even matter to you, right? And that's what a lot of them do. They think like that. Before I forget, there's something important I want to bring up too. Uh, like this idea of a guy being a sucker, right? Well, I mean, it could go a couple of ways. One, yeah, you just see him as like a lollipop and you suck on him. Like if you're the toxic type of chick, it's all about gimme, gimme, gimme. You don't reciprocate, you just take, you don't even receive it, you just take it, right? Sometimes you take without him giving, you just take things from him, right? But you just see him as a sucker. How many licks does it take for you to get him to break, right? But in that sense, sucker, like lollipop sucker, right? But what does this really mean? Who's doing the sucking? No pun intended. Even though there's some element to that too. You suck him dry enough to get him to do whatever you want him to do. Like ladies, you suck him dry enough to get his brain fried enough, right? Y'all know what y'all be doing, I know how to get him to do whatever I want. Girl, I just gotta suck him dry enough. You know what I'm talking about, right? Yeah, but literally that's it though. Just that vampiristic side of how you were able to suck all the life out of him. Yeah, guys talking about, oh yeah, semen retention, man. I got to keep my life force. I don't want her to suck the life out of me. Yeah, he sounded like some type of WWE wrestler, intercontinental champion type, right? Got to be strong on it. Yeah. Let's see what else Smart Cookie said. Let me get to that. You said, Smart Cookie again. You said, nice men should only entertain women that reciprocate and appreciate them. Bingo. That's it. That's where we at. That's what we're trying to get at. That's what I've always been about with my content. Do not generalize women. I will say this again to all you guys out there, especially with you making these videos, trying to generalize women. I'm telling you, do not generalize women. Only entertain women that reciprocate and appreciate them. And even entertain, the word itself, hey, entertain, I would say in a sense, you just enjoy. You enjoy her, she enjoys you. It's an enjoyable moment. Like when you go into places like Paris, right? Vegas, you name it, Bahamas, that's with someone that is reciprocal. You do something special for her. Like you feel like, yo, man, this is for her. She always got my back. Like you do that for her. See, a lot of girls that think they got the upper hand on thinking they can move on from guys and have it their way, they miss out on a guy that was just willing to stay with them. Like they don't get that. And you don't get what he could have done for you had you stayed with him. So you're just going to be hopping from guy to guy, reminiscing on the shoulda, coulda, woulda. See, your success in life actually is a little different than a guy's success. It's not really all these accomplishments. You know what I mean? Your success should be accomplished men. Get it? Like, have you accomplished something with a man? But you might still feel like you've accomplished men somewhat because you're going from guy to guy. Yeah, but that's another story, right? But let's get back. Smart Cookie also said, a lot of women have false belief that the gangster can protect them, right? And that gangster, look, the gangster trying to protect himself with her. He using her as a shield, right? He literally will use her as a shield. If sparks start to fly, if you will, he putting her right in front of him, and she gonna get all what comes that way. Pow, pow, boom, boom, bang, bang. You feel me? And he gonna run off after she gets Swiss cheesed and he leaves unscathed. He will use her as a shield. Like that has happened many times and it will continue to happen. Ladies, that will continue to happen. Okay? Like, but don't put this off on real men. You've been investing in a loser instead of a winner. Let's keep it 100. Because some of them be like, I ain't finna do this for, man. Especially when we talk about finances. No, you say that because you did that for losers. You were around losers, okay? You just haven't been around a winner. You have to do the same thing for a winner, but the thing is, you're with a winner. He's not going to make you out to be a loser. You're not going to be losing out either, right? So, how you think men feel? And so that's why we have the arguments. That's why we have even someone like Smart Cookie being like, and I'm just saying, there's no pun intended, but like, yo, don't just treat all women the same just because you got around a bad chick, right? It doesn't change how you're supposed to treat women. You just got around the bad one. Just like she got around some bad dudes, you got around a chick that was bad. It doesn't make a difference. And that's all I'm just trying to say too, right? Someone asked me if I'm good. Yeah, I'm good. How about you? You also said, Smart Cookie, the guy only believes he is a sucker when outside people tell him he is. People outside of his relationship. Exactly. People that see him that way. And you got to be careful who you talk to, because if someone sees you that way, they believe you that way. And that says a lot about them. That doesn't say a lot about you. That says a lot about them, even though they have a lot of this to say about you. Like if someone wanted to tell you that you a sucker, I'll stay away from that mother. You fill in the blank. Because some people should be trying to make sure that you are good. Like if you are in a certain situation, they gonna help you to start winning again. And I don't talk games, so I ain't talking about winning the game. It's about winning the race in this life. That's what this is about. People should be trying to help you win, not trying to make you lose or keep you in a place of losing. If somebody down, I'm gonna be like, look, man, hey, you wanna come around? Let's go out, let's go kick it. That way, maybe you can get your mind off whatever you're going through. I know that it ain't going anywhere, but at least maybe this will help a little bit. Or if you don't want to go out, like, how else can I is there anything I could say or anything I could do that can kind of help you right now? Just trying to be motivational, inspirational, supportive. Like you want always people in your life and on your team that's trying to help you win, right? So I say this to the nice guys, going back to that, like make sure you're around people that will help you maintain this sense of romanticism. They even hook you up with a chick that desires that from a man. Like she never had that, and she truly appreciates it. She truly appreciates it, because people don't believe in all these hookups no more, right? They now call all this stuff hookup culture. I'm just saying, you got positive people in your life. They're gonna make sure you're around positive people. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna make sure, like, yo, y'all can have a good day. You know, like it's not gonna be a blind date. Everybody's seeing what's going on, if you know what I'm talking about. You said also, Miss Smart Cookie. Yes, Miss Smart Cookie. There you go, right? What's wrong with the both of you getting whatever you want from each other? Yeah, what is wrong with that? It seems like there's a lot wrong with that. Because, yeah, why can't the guy be romantic? Why can't he be romantic? Why all of a sudden he can't be romantic? And why all of a sudden she can't be reciprocal? I'm like, you got too much baggage, boo-boo. You probably got too much boo-boo in your baggage. I'm just trying to help you out there, sweetheart. Like, that's stopping you from being reciprocal with the romanticism this guy showed you. That man opened up the door for you. I don't care if you're still trying to get to know him. That's the quality of a husband. Him opening the door for you. Don't look at it as just chivalry, because a real man is not going to open the door for anybody and everybody. Keep that in mind. That man sees you as part of his future. And if you just basically bail on him or fail on him, that says a lot about you and not about him. But he'll keep in mind to avoid someone like you going forward, right? Smart Cookie also said, a winner won't need a woman help. Well, Smart Cookie. Yeah, well, let's talk about that, right? So a woman actually is designed to be a man's helpmeet. So help is in that statement, help me. See, the problem is you have guys, it ain't about them getting a woman's help more so than them using her. That's the difference. Guys that use women and guys that actually need a woman's help and support. But we've been told, though, that, it's been put in a lot of, depending on the culture, right? That no, men should have it all together, have their ish together, right? And shouldn't need a woman's help. Um, you know, of course, the loser always needs a woman help, but it's actually the opposite. If you really read between the lines, did the loser really need the woman's help, or was he just using her because he never appreciated? He left her when he got on his feet, right? He left her. He left her. You helping out the wrong men, and that man is being romantic to the wrong type of woman. I say this: if she's not there for you, don't be romantic. It is what it is. Uh, then you said, smart cookie, then he not the winner. They are winning. Uh, I guess I don't know if you meant the real man is not the winner, or you talking about the F boy not being the winner. Well, we already know the F boy is not the winner, but uh, but that's like I said, that's what's been taught though in this society, that yeah, real men should need a woman's help. He should have it all together. You know what I'm saying? Uh, all this stuff going on with his life, have the car, have the place, have the credit score, have the career, have the degrees, you know what I'm saying? All this stuff. But actually, it's the other way around. But we've been taught the opposite, though. There's guys out there. I don't care. Obviously, I'm gonna just put it out there. Yes, there's a lot of even black guys out there, right? I'll just keep it 100. Uh, they got it together. They got the cars. They got the six figures, standing over 6 foot. The problem is, ladies, a lot of those type of guys, they're not trying to be romantic with you. They're just going to pump and dump you because they know they can always have options, right? Ain't that what even Kevin Samuel said? Those type of guys have options. So, especially now in the climate that we live in. So, I mean, one could say that guy isn't winning, but he's winning in that sense of know that, hey, I can do what I want to do because I don't have to be with nobody. I don't have to be with y'all. I got what I want out here. I can get whoever I want, just because I have enough resources to do so, because, people live by this worldly way. And so I guess for like the ideal of what a real nice guy is, he's not into all that worldly stuff. He maybe is not as accomplished per se, but he has a dream, right? I always say that women support men's dreams and men support women's reality. Keep that in mind. But it's hard for him to do that when she's being unrealistic. And that's a lot of that going on. There's a lot of that going on. You said, smart cookie, huh? No, Ray, you have to have your life together in order to lead and obtain submission. It's not that difficult. Uh, well, life together, yeah, but life together doesn't mean material. It doesn't mean things. It means himself, as far as him just still wanting to live. That's the problem. You got a lot of lifeless guys that have, quote, life together, as you put it. There's a lot of those out there. A lot of them that have no soul. They have a nice car. They have a nice career, a nice place, all that, but they have no soul. I mean, you can get a lot of these guys that are out there. And like I said, they'll treat a lot of girls like they don't have a soul either. Like they only have one purpose. Because to be honest, as far as obtaining submission, it's, to me, like it's not even the something that a man has to obtain. It's something that should be reciprocated. So if he has to obtain that, he's already doing too much. A man should not have to obtain a woman's submission. Not at all. Yeah, he shouldn't have to obtain a woman's submission. That comes natural. If she's really liking him like that, if they really connecting, there should not be an obtaining of submission, because it's in a woman's nature actually to be attached to a man, right? So he's just realizing she's not trying to be attached to him. He just keeps it moving. I don't think it's just this idea of obtaining submission. But like I said, we've been, and it's nothing against like what you're saying, smart cookie. I mean, I get your perspective. That's how you look at it. Everybody sees things different. But overall, from what I know for sure, we've been taught a lot of stuff. We've been brainwashed about all this relationship, all this connection and marriage. But that's why I'm here. That's why yours truly here. That's why I started making content, for a lot of these reasons, right? I know my opinions are unpopular. I'm okay with that though. You said, well, you need both in order to be taken seriously. Well, remember, Smart Cookie, the F boy didn't have both. He didn't have his life together. He didn't have things together either. And he's always taken seriously, especially the ones that just got out that are fresh out. So I hear what you're saying, but we got to kind of debunk that. There's a lot of guys out here who don't have anything together, and girls take those seriously because it goes back to what you said. A lot of them think that those F boys will be more thankful, right? So why is it that uh, a nicer guy per se, who's getting things together, who has an idea of where he wants to go in life, is not taken so serious? Because she don't like it that he needs to take her serious. It goes back to her. It's not a him problem. It's a her problem. That's what we're not addressing. We're not addressing that in a lot of those situations. It's not a him problem. It's a her problem. She's never known what it was like to do life with a man, right? She doesn't know. It's foreign to her because she's been taught, and probably by her daddy, if her daddy was simping out, oh, he had to have it all together. You know, he had to do this and that. And it's like, that ain't really actually what manhood is about. And so I believe that's what's going on. That's why it's so jacked up right now. And that's why it's hard for nice guys to be romantic, because they're not appreciated and they're looked at wrong. They're looked at in an unrealistic way, especially if they're getting things together in life. Basically, the nice guy has to be an F-boy in order to get things obtained, like submission, like you said, Smart Cookie. Like, think about that. That's insane. That is insane. Hey, I see a red pill in the wind. What's good, family? Hey, good to see you once again. Long time no see. Hope you've been doing well out there, family. You said, Smart Cookie, those women are prioritizing protection, a natural resource that men are supposed to bring to the table. But once again, those F boys ain't really trying to protect them like that. They're being deceived, and their perception of protection is really a deception. Not only from how she sees protection, but also from that F boy. He deceived her. He made it seem like he was protecting her. And it's not about him being bravado. I'm not gonna, give y'all a scoop on that. I give out recipes, not game. And like your old grandma would tell you, I can't tell you everything about this recipe. I can't tell you all the ingredients. But I will tell you that a lot of this idea of the way a man's supposed to protect a woman is not the same as what you think when you see some fierce dude that look like he's just fresh out and you think that's protection. That's not protection. You need to be scared if you see a dude fresh out and you think he's going to protect you. No, he's protecting himself using you. But they don't see that, though. A lot of girls don't see that. And that's why we have these conversations. That's why with some guys, you got to avoid having circular conversations with girls that ain't trying to see where you're coming from. She don't. You stooping down. It's like the minute you realize, oh man, she don't even know what a real man is. You just got to walk away. You cannot be romantic with her. She will never appreciate that. Your words are valuable, fellas. You cannot waste your words or your time trying to get a girl to reason and understand where you're coming from as a man. Your time is precious. You cannot waste your time trying to explain things. And like they said, what's understood doesn't need to be explained. And I like to add in there, through the connection is the understanding. She's not connected with you. Therefore, she's not even understanding you, right? So there's just nothing there to explain to her. That's it. You kick all that romanticism out the door. She could continue to complain about guys not being romantic all she wants. You know what? That's her problem. That's not your problem. That is not your problem that she has problems with guys not being romantic. That's her problem, not yours. And I'm not saying that from any black pill or any dark mental sphere perspective. I'm just spitting the facts, speaking life off the internet, off the cuff too, no cap. You said also, Smart Cookie, a lot of women want protection because there was no father present to protect her. So it's her priority and she needs to heal from her childhood trauma. But see, that's the problem. She hasn't healed though. She's broken. A lot of these girls are not healing, they're broken. Because her healing actually is receiving a real man in her life. Just learn how to walk away, fellas. Even if you had already started to engage with her, but you realized she wasn't reciprocal, you have every right to walk away. Always walk into it with a gal having an engagement. It's a righteous thing to do. It's a moral thing to do. That way, it's not on you. And given that it is Me Too, If she dumps you, that's not on you. That's on her. And always keep record of it too, especially in these times, right? Like, she dumped you. You did not dump her. She dumped you. She literally told you, this is not going to work. I'm going to move on. She dumped you. Let her dump you, but don't dump her and make it hard for the next guy, especially in Me Too, because, some guys think they can get away with that. This is Me Too, man. Maybe she might feel some type of way and find a way to get you legally for busting her down like that, right? It's still real out here. It's still real. I don't care what nobody say. Oh, Red Pill in the Wind said they don't want to heal. Yeah, a lot of them don't want to be healed. A lot of them don't want to be saved. Just like the song said, don't save her. She don't want to be saved. Man, it's so true. Only save what's salvageable. That's how I look at it regarding the feminine. But yeah, some of them don't want to be saved. So I'm not out here telling guys don't save women. No, I know there's videos out there like that. I'm not saying that. I don't say that here at this channel. Save what's salvageable. But yeah, if she don't want to be saved, keep it moving. But that goes back to the point of this video in the first place. That's why you just can't be romantic with a lot of girls out here, because a lot of them don't want to be saved anyway. They tell you about all their little things going on in their life. Look, this is a deep one right here. She ain't trying to help you. What makes you think she really wants your help? And this is something else a lot of people don't want to hear. A real woman actually doesn't need a man's help. She wants to help that man. Yeah. A lot of basic chicks, right? Now, the thing is, if let's say she's in progress of getting herself together, but she wants to show that she's supportive towards that man at the same time, then yeah, that man gonna pour into her. He gonna see that as an investment, right? Because she's reciprocating that on her end. See, wife is an acronym to me. Well invested for eternity, based on like what she invests into that man, but also what that man feels like he can invest into her because he sees her as worth the investment, So there's that. Okay, Small Cookie gave me some likes. I like that, Ray. Oh, you said I sound scrambled? Oh my gosh. Yep, that's why I'm gonna definitely work on. I'll be editing my videos. That's why I put my videos on private afterwards, so I can get all this scrambling noise out. But I'm glad you said now it's better. Thank you. And you said hell no. Hell no about what? What you talking about? Yeah. But yeah, that's really what's going on. That's why we have these issues like that we have out here. That's uh and then yeah, we ain't even talking about sexual traumas. We ain't even going there. That's another story. Because yeah, there's things that she wants a man to do that you just like, look, that's out of my league, sweetheart. Why you didn't tell me this up front? Right? Because I can't do that. I mean, I literally don't have that in me. You need to get with a demon. You like demons it sounds like you need to get with a demon. Yeah. Last time I checked, as far as I'm concerned, real men are traditional. They old school. They don't do all this new school demon stuff, right? I'm just saying, like, she expects a guy to be a robot. She expects him, obviously, just to basically stay up and running for a while. Don't climax right away, and I could talk about that another conversation. People don't understand about the function of a man's climax and how that actually goes, right? But that's another conversation. But I'm gonna just say this: she wants a demon. She don't want a man that climaxes. Yeah. Why you didn't tell me this up front, sweetheart? I'll just try to be romantic with you, but you basically thought I was gonna be a demon, right? In that bedroom. Yeah, you thought that. Uh oh yeah, you said Smart Cookie. Hell no to a real woman wants to help a man. That's masculine. But see, that's the thing, Smart Cookie. We've been taught that. We've been grown up on it. And I say we, because I was taught that too. Now, I didn't listen to the teachings because I knew better. And I'm gonna tell you this because of what's written in the come on. Do I need to get out the scripture? But it ain't just biblical because some people will try to spin that and be like, you're just being religious. No, I'm not being religious. Like, come on, like, where did that come from? Like, think about this. Just even attaching yourself to something causes a surge of energy. It causes an exchange once you attach to something, right? So just think about the act of you attaching to the man, what takes place with that. You're either helping him to build, like build energy, build extra charge on the phone, or you're draining from him when you attach to him. So actually, this idea of you helping him per se actually gets to a scientific level, but we ain't ready for that conversation. I'm just saying, girls be doing a lot for losers, not for winners. You do a lot for losers, but not winners. The virtuous woman, think about how she was helping her husband. It's all written. That's why even in the Bible it says like, yo, she's rare. A gal like that is rare. So I'm not surprised like when you say like with a lot of gals, they shouldn't be helping a man because that's actually the majority of gals anyway. But a virtuous woman is different. And it's rare that a guy will get a gal like that, but that's still what a man should desire from a woman. So meaning that if she's not perfect, she can be more worth it as time goes on. She can be like, well, I want to be there for you more. But like I said, Smart Cookie, you only doing a certain thing for a certain man that deserves it, right? He's showing you how much he loves you. So you're only doing that for him. I'm not saying you be like that for every guy. And that's what a lot of gals get misconstrued with too. And that's why they feel burnt. They be like, I don't want to do nothing because I done that for everybody. Well, that's the problem. You was doing that for everybody. You wasn't looking out for the man that was looking out for you that actually loves you. Because maybe that go back to it not being a him problem, it being a you problem. Because you didn't want the man that wanted you to be greater than you are now. See, the thing is, when a man is always helping a woman, that makes him more feminine and her more masculine, right? He's having to answer to her all the time, making sure things are good. And that's taking a chip of his masculinity away every single day, every single time he gets paid on every Friday. But we don't want to have these conversations though, right? Yeah, but that's what it is. It's making actually her more masculine, always wanting a man's help, and him always doing stuff for her. That's not to say he, overall, a man shouldn't do things for her, but it should be based on his appreciation of her reciprocation. That's what it should be based on. But if it seems like she just has this quote unquote struggle story, that's not helping him because she's just going to make him struggle too. And what I mean by this is not saying that a man should be cold and not do nothing for a gal, but I'm saying in most cases, if a guy did be like, yo, let me look out for you, she ain't going to appreciate that. She going to suck that man dry, if you will, and move on. And then he's going to be looked at as a sucker. And then we're going to see more circular conversations about that. Like, bro, you was a sucker, bro. Like, bro, you was a sucker, bro. Like, you saw she was struggling. You try to look out for her. What do you expect her to do? She got you. She got you. Like, I mean, come on. That it goes back to that, does it not? Tell me I'm lying. Tell me I'm lying. I see Venom up in the building. What's good, Venom? I see you up in the building. Tell me I'm lying, though. You said also, Smart Cookie. Okay, I understand what you mean. And yes, she should desire to contribute to him. There we go. There we go. There we go. Yes, thank you, Smart Cookie, for that. You also said, Smart Cookie, for instance, my man has a pharmacy and I do the marketing for him to bring the money to his business. Yeah, that's one instance. I mean, you're basically assisting him. Yeah, you're assisting him. You're not supporting him in that sense, but you are assisting him in that sense. So assistance and support are both important though, right? Because let's say he had to start the pharmacy from ground up and they think, oh, he the one that was kind of putting it all together a certain way, even the financial side. He'll look back and be like, no, it was my lady. Like, I didn't really have a lot of people I can go to for like loans and things like that. I didn't have people that even believed in my dream, but she did. And that's why I give her the world as much as I can, because she helped me to put this world together, and there's many stories out there like that. especially people that are not from the United States. So yeah, we could talk about this whole Trump thing all we want to as far as deportation, but I tell you, a lot of times these men have no worries about their wife because she has his back in every single way, especially on rainy days. Like, that's why he goes out there and he works hard. One of the reasons why is not because he works hard for her, but because of her, because of his love for her. Like, love can make a man do a lot of things, not just crazy things. Yeah, you said a smart cookie. I'm here for you. I'm supporting you right now in real time. You feeding off my comments. Oh yeah, your name's Smart Cookie. You got cookies. Yeah, here's some more cookies. But no, I appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, of course. I mean, but that's also part of you being reciprocal too, because you appreciate my content, and I appreciate your appreciation. You know what I mean? You said also Smart Cookie. So men have tricking fatigue all day. Oh, Ted, what's good, Ted? It's good to see you once again, man. Yeah, definitely been a minute. I'm trying to get back into it. It's been a minute for me too, man. I've been a lot of transition, a lot of things been going on with yours truly. Yours truly been out there in the cosmos lately. So that's why y'all haven't heard from me much, but I'm getting back to it little by little. So hey, just notice when I drop, I drop. Yeah, to round this video up, this is why nice guys can't be romantic in these times. It's not to say he shouldn't, but he has to be more thoughtful as to who's reciprocating to him. That's really what it is now. Peep game to that, as well as keep that in mind. And thanks a million for stopping by.